Alright guys, welcome to your very last biology lecture. So you have 3 videos total that is going to be on your next test, which is on Wednesday, May 13th at 11 o'clock. So you'll have your first video, which is Intro to Birds. Second video is on mammals, and your third video is this one, which is going to be more like animal trivia. These are the animals that some of you guys picked for us to study at the beginning of quarantine. So I'm really sorry that we couldn't spend more time on endothermic vertebrates and talking about mammals. That is disappointing, but hopefully you guys get to have a lot of fun with this because mammals are my absolute favorite, but I know that not everybody likes mammals as much as I do. So I guess we're spending just about as much time as we would with any other animal. So I guess it's only fair, right? So we are going to, these animals are, the ones that I'm about to give, are going to be on your test on Wednesday. So make sure that you study those. And then your test review will be posted for you on Monday morning, which is May 11th. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first suggestion we had, and I'm pretty sure it was from, I think it was from Maddie. Yeah, I think it's from Maddie. So first one is going to be our elephants. So we have the world's largest land mammal. So notice I said land mammal because there are mammals that live in the ocean, like blue whales, sperm whale, orca, all those guys, dolphins. They all live in the ocean, obviously. So I have here that they can be up to 9 feet in height, but when I actually looked at the National Geographic, it said that 9.2 to 13 feet at the shoulders. So I think the 9 feet is referring to the Asian elephant, while the 13 feet is referring to the African elephant. The African elephant can grow much larger than the Asian elephant. So just be sure that you remember that they can be from anywhere from 8 to 13 feet. They have a lifespan of up to 70 years. And African and Asian elephants are our 2 types of elephants. And there actually is a cool way to tell the difference between the 2. I think that you can tell the difference between them just looking at their faces. I mean, obviously their tusks and everything is different, but I think that one looks kind of dopier than the other one. So the Asian elephant seems more like a Dumbo-esque type elephant. They just look kind of sad, like they got that Eeyore vibe, I feel like. And then African elephants seem to have like that really like strong presence as an elephant. But another cool trick for it is, one, the Asian elephant has smaller ears, and the African elephant has wrinkled skin, but they also say that the shape of their ears is the shape of the continent they're from. So with the African elephant, you can see that looks very similar to Africa, the continent Africa. And then with Asian elephants, you can tell that it looks like India. So that's kind of cool that their ears have those shapes of where they're found. So they are herbivores, which means that they do not eat meat. And they have a group mentality. So they stick together. They are never loners. And they're actually really, really, really great moms. And they have a 2-year gestation period. Remember we talked about that in the other video with mammals. So they are very, very cool. We actually collect elephants, Brian and I. So we have elephant figurines and stuff throughout the house because we really love elephants, and Ireland has a bunch of them in her room. They're very, very sweet, sweet animals and slightly scary because they're so large. So this next one, manatees, I want to say Kelsey suggested this one, which is very fun because we actually have manatees in Charleston. So manatees, they're mammals, and they are herbivores as well. Their average lifespan in the wild is going to be about 40 years, and they can get really large as well. So again, that 8 to 13 feet in length. So for elephants, it was height. Hello! It's my little manatee.
Well, you call her fat.
You want to talk about manatees? All right. So they can get about 8 to 13 feet in length, and they can weigh up to 1,300 pounds. So if you take a look at how large they are compared to that 6-foot man, that's pretty scary if you came up on that in the water. So manatees are born underwater, but they actually have to come up to breathe. So moms will actually push them up to the surface because the baby manatees can't swim at first. It takes them about an hour to, figure out their way around the world and figure out how to swim. So mom has to push them up to the surface in order for them to get their first breath. I mean, how cute is that? It doesn't get much cuter than that, except for Ireland. So they can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes. And they are just really, really, I'm not going to lie, they're weird looking, but they're super cute. They have their own charm for sure. So All right, the kiwi. The kiwi is something that people don't really know about. We're not talking about the fruit. We're talking about a bird. So this falls into the bird category. All of the suggestions, I want to say, all of them are endothermic vertebrates. Yeah, I don't think anybody suggested any reptiles or anything. So all of that kind of works out perfectly with what we're studying, right? So kiwis are birds, and they live in New Zealand, and they have tiny wings, but they can't fly. And it's the only bird in the world that actually has a good sense of smell. They have nostrils on their beaks, and so they actually are able to smell, and they're really, really good at it. They have no tail feathers, but they do have whiskers like a cat. So even though they're in the category of birds, they do branch off into their own uniqueness for sure. They are the staple bird of New Zealand, and New Zealand is where Lord of the Rings was shot, which is the best movies ever. All right, the next one is going to, and that is a fact. The next one that we're going to learn about is the platypus. So Perry the platypus. So platypus, he's a mammal. They are carnivores, believe it or not, so they actually eat meat. And they're very small. So if you look at, oh, I forgot to mention really quick, the kiwi is about the size of a chicken, give or take. All right, so the platypus, if you look at his size relative to a 6-foot man, so they're like a small cat. The females lay 2 to 4 eggs, and they only incubate them for 2 weeks. So remember we talked about that monotremes have really short incubation periods compared to marsupials and placentals. And if you don't know the words that I'm saying, that means that you missed a video. Platypuses can live more than 12 years in the wild, so not a super long lifespan compared to the other mammals that we've looked at. They are very weird looking. Platypuses are the animals that I just think, like, God really had a sense of humor with, because they have that duck bill, they have webbed feet, they have fur, and they lay eggs. So they kind of defy all logic when it comes to mammals and how they should work. And God's like, watch this. You think that you're going to be able to classify this animal, but it's going to be really difficult for you guys. So pretty cool animal. And I believe, yes, this is our last one. So the last one we have is a cheetah, which cheetahs are one of my absolute favorites. They are definitely carnivores, so they eat meat. And they're big, but they're not as big as you think that they are. I mean, look at them relative to a 6-foot man. They're definitely lightweight. They have to be, because they are the fastest land mammal. They can run 0 to 60 miles an hour in only 3 seconds. That is amazing, amazing. They have an average lifespan of about 10 to 12 years. So they are going to be the size, I would say that they're, yep, I would say that they're like the size of a Great Dane. So they run super, super fast, but that comes with a cost. So they can't just run super fast all the time. So a lot of people assume that they can run 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds, and that they can do this. They can do this constantly. They can't do it constantly. They have to actually take a lot of breaks, because they exert a tremendous amount of energy, and they can't run for very long. So these are going to be very short spurts. That's better. Okay, so they exert a tremendous amount of energy whenever they run and catch their prey and run that fast. So they also will sometimes tag team a prey. So they typically are kind of loner cats, but they do tag team from time to time. And some males actually live in small groups. If you look at the top right, I think that cheetahs are the cutest baby animals in the history of cutest baby animals, because they have this like newborn hair, so it's like this mane, and it makes them, it's like they think that they look all scary and tough, but really they're just super cute. And then as they grow older, they actually lose that cute little hair that they have on the top of their head and on their backs. But all right, guys, so be sure that you study well for your test on Wednesday, May 13th at 11 a.m. I will save all the sappiness about how much I love you guys for your test review. So until then, I just want to say great job. Make sure that you should watch 3. Oh, you okay, Lou? Ireland just dropped one of her toys on Luna, so that's happening. She's okay though. So just make sure that you watch 3 new videos of content: intro and birds, mammals, and then this video will all be on your test. Please let me know if you have any questions. You know that I will be more than happy to answer them. And love you guys a lot, and have a great weekend.